AS Chemistry Nomenclature Part 4. I'm going to start from the ester. So, first of all, how to give the name an ester. This nomenclature is a little bit different from the rest of scheme. Here I'm going to write it over here, and I think you are familiar with this scheme. But once again, for example, this is CH3, C double bond O, and again CH3. This is one of the small ester. As far as the nomenclature of the ester is concerned, first, in my opinion, first step is to cut C, this molecule, whole molecule, from C single bond O. So there are two C single bond O basically. Number one, this one, C single bond O. Number two, this one, this is also C single bond O. So there are basically two C single bond O's. So which one is to cut are in such a way, cut this molecule in such a way that both oxygen, these two oxygen must be on same side, must be on same side, must be on the right or the left. So both oxygens must be on same side. That's all. This is the trick basically. Now, this portion where there is no oxygen, actually it comes from alcohol, hydroxyl group or compound, and this one, this group, it comes from acid, carboxylic acid or organic acid. Portion that is coming from the alcohol is this one, where there is no oxygen, and here it's acting as a branch. At the moment, it is acting as branch. So it's acting as a branch, and its name will be written with vial. Ending name of this group will be with vial. Now come to the next one, that is the carboxylic acid. In next group, this one. So two carbons are there. Two carbons name start from eth, you know. Then we will write in carbon-carbon single bond. Then we will write a new word, a new suffix for ester. That is a different one. So first of all, this is the portion number one. This is the first part. As you know, the name of branch is written as the first portion of the name. This is part two, that is from the carboxylic acid, and its name is written after that, the name of the branches. So number one, what is the name? Name is CI3. Its name is methyl. It's acting as a branch. Its name is methyl. There is no need to write the number. There is no need to write the position of branch. In this case, you will not write the number for branch. No need to write the number. Methyl. Then here, the second portion, two carbons. Two carbon mean eth. Carbon-carbon single bond, you will write in plus. Now, here is the specific name that is given to the esters, that is suffix, ending name of the esters, O, A, T, E. So, as I told you in my previous lecture, so I will eliminate this E. And finally, the answer, the name is methyl eth NOATE. I think you are familiar with this sort of nomenclature since your O level or IGCSE chemistry. So methyl ethanoate is the name of this ester. That's simple. Come towards another example. If I'm going to write carbon over here, here is the hydrogen, oxygen, and here I'm going to write this one. So from where to cut? Number one, cut this molecule into two portions so that there must be all oxygen should be or must be on the same side. So I'm going to cut this molecule from here. So the both oxygen should be or must be on the same side. This is the group number one. I mean, the it's a branch, and it has I mean imported, or it is coming from the alcohol. This is from the acidic portion. That is number two, the second part of the name. So number one is a branch. There is no need to write the number of branch. What is the name of branch? Two carbon branch is eth. For two carbon, it's a branch. So I'm not going to write in, I will write "il," ethyl. Similarly, I'm going to continue the name. There is no gap between these two words. Here is only one carbon. So one carbon name start from meth. And obviously one carbon cannot make a single bond with other carbon as it's a single carbon. So we will write in, and we will add finally O A T E. So ethyl methanoate is the name of this ester. It's a simple mechanism. There is no, I mean, a hectic mechanism. There is no need to select the longest chain. There is no need to mark the numbering on the longest chain. There is no need to, I mean, uh, take the two or three different branches. It's a simple mechanism. Now, this is all about ester functional group nomenclature as far as my opinion is concerned. Yes, you can ask if you're having any query or any question, please let me know. Now, the next thing is nitrile. Nitrile group, functional group is this one, C triple bond N. This functional group, when it is attached to any other carbon, C triple bond N, if it is bonded with any other one, at least one more carbon, then this portion is said to be nitrile. How to give its name? Again, the old method is back over here. I mean, you will write the branches, cyclo, if there is cyclo, then longest chain, then suffix in, you will write in or in, and finally you will write the name of functional group, and this is a functional group basically. So, for example, I'm having CI3, CH, CI3, CH, C triple bond N, and this is CH2. So the first proposition, first job, first step is to select the longest chain of the carbon atom. And this carbon must be included. It must be the part of the longest chain. So one, two, three, four. If I'm taking left turn, I mean, then this carbon will not be the part of the longest chain. If I'm moving in straight away, then this group will not be the part of the longest chain. But in both cases, the maximum number on a single road, on a single route is equal to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can move only one way direction in a one on a one way road. So let's suppose I'm taking this longest chain of the carbon atom, and once again remember that this carbon must be the part of the longest chain, and this carbon is now acting as a branch. I mean, this group is acting as a branch. That's all about the first portion, longest chain. This is the branch. Now, from where to start numbering? Numbering will be started from this carbon. This carbon will always be carbon number one. Like an aldehyde, like in carboxylic acid, same as the mechanism in nitrile, this carbon will always be carbon number one. So carbon number one is carbon number two, is carbon number three, is carbon number four. So that is the numbering. Numbering is basically done to diagnose, to locate the position of the branch. So the branch is now, it is, consider that it is noted that the branch is present at third position. And finally, it's time to write the name. There is a name of branch and its number. There is no cyclo. There is longest chain, yes. There will be suffix, yes. And there is functional group, yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4 portions. Branch name. This is the branch. One carbon branch name is meth, and it's a branch. We will write "il," methyl. and its number, I'm sorry, first of all it's number 3 dash. Now number is essential, is necessary to report over here. 3 methyl, then longest chain. How many carbon atom are in the longest chain? 4. 4 carbon names start from but. All carbon carbon single bond, carbon carbon, not carbon nitrogen. Carbon carbon bonds are checked, they are single. We will write in to 3-methyl butane. And finally, the last one is functional group. It's a nitrile. For this group, for this sort of group, it's called nitrile. 3-methyl butane nitrile is the name of this compound. It's again not very difficult. So the overall name is 3-methyl butane nitrile. And I'm not going to exempt this E because the next word alphabet is a vowel, is not a vowel. So E will remain intact with this name, 3-methyl butane nitrile. Come towards another molecule. Let's do for, practice one other molecule, and C triple bond N. Here is the carbon, CH2, CH3, and CH2, CH3, and here is CH3. For example, this is a hypothetical molecule. And we are supposed to give its name. Write down its name, and so how to give its name? First of all, the first proposition is to select the longest chain of the carbon atom. So the longest chain, longest chain, longest chain. This carbon must be the part of the longest chain. And if this is the part of the longest chain, number one, the first option, first possibility, carbon number one, carbon number two, carbon number three, straight away. In this road or in this route, you are came across to the three carbon. And now either you can turn towards right or left. So one, two, three, four. If I'm moving towards left, there are four carbon atom on my road. If I'm moving towards left hand side, one, two, three, four carbon atom. So the maximum carbons are lying either towards the right hand side or toward the left hand side. So yes, I'm going to take this one. This one, let's suppose this is the portion of the main chain, main road, backbone of this molecule. And these two branches, these two portions, those are not the part of the chain, they are branches. They are said to be the branches. The portion of carbon that is not the part of the longest chain is called branch. Now there are two different branches. Its name is, methyl, because it's having only one carbon atom. It is having, its name is, its name is basically ethyl. It is having two carbon atom. As I told you in my previous lecture, if you are having three carbon atom as a branch like that, if you are connecting this molecule, this whole molecule with any other molecule as a branch, its name will be propyl. Again, I'm putting YL instead of in. There is another possibility, and another possibility is if you are going to connect uh, three carbon, but from the middle of the carbon is going to connect with the longest chain. So if your branch is this one instead of this one, these two branches are not same. These two group are actually not the same, although they are having same carbon, although they are having same hydrogen, but their name is not same. It is called secondary propyl. Yes, it's again propyl, but it's not the normal propyl. You can write it n propyl and mean normal propyl, but this one propyl is this one branch that is the part of the longest chain by a secondary carbon. So that is why it is said to be known as or written as secondary propyl. Sometimes we can call it isopropyl. Isopropyl. Yes. Iso mean this is the isomer of. Isomer mean in simplest words any other structure of the normal structure, normal shape. So it is yes isomer of this propyl, or specifically it's a secondary propyl. So that was the previous lecture basically. So what about this one? Again, I'm going to start numbering. Number one, carbon number one is always this one, carbon number one, carbon number two, carbon number three, and carbon number four. That's all about longest chain, numbering, allocation of the branches. It's simply time to write the name of overall complete name of this compound. Number one, branches. Now this time there are two branches, methyl and ethyl. If the two different branches you are going to write their name, or you came across with the different name nomenclature branches with two different branches, those are having different name, then you will choose their position with respect to their initial first alphabet. Its first alphabet is E. Its name is starting from E. The next branch is starting from N. Alphabetically, E comes first. So I will write the name of ethyl first. What is its position? 2. 2 dash hyphen ethyl. 2 ethyl, again dash. 2 again dash hyphen, I mean methyl. So that is all about the portion of branches. Name of branches is completed. 2 ethyl dash 2 dash. Whenever you are going to write the number between the alphabet, these two are separated by hyphens. Before or after, whenever you are going to report any number, alphabets and number together, then these hyphens or these dash lines are used. There is no I mean any alphabet, so I did not use any sort of hyphen or line. 2 ethyl dash 2 dash methyl. That's all about branches. Now how many carbon atom in the longest chain? The next thing is the longest chain. 4 carbon, its name is bute. 4 carbon chain, 4 carbon branch. 4 carbon compounds name start from bute. All carbon are single bond, so I will write ane. And finally, there is the functional group, this one. So I'm going to write or add this name. Its name is nitrile. So I counted this carbon in the longest chain. The main point is this one. I counted this carbon in the longest chain, and you will do the same practice. But I also wrote its C triple bond and name separately over here. That is called nitrile. So the name of this compound is 2-ethyl 2-methyl butane nitrile. Come towards another example, similar example. That is this one. C triple bond N, carbon, CH3, and let's suppose CH2, CH3, and CH3. Now it's almost similar as that of the above example. I mean, at the moment, I'm not having any example in my mind. So, can you give the name? Yes, I can change a little bit. It CH3, CH2, and CH2 and CH3. Yes, we can little bit. And what is the name of this compound? Yes. Select the longest chain. Carbon number one. I mean, there are basically, you can take this one as well. Straight away. 4 carbons straight away. 4 carbon. One, two, three, 4. If you are moving towards upward, again 4 carbon. One, two, three, 4. If you are moving downward, again 4 carbons. So take any one of them that is having 4 carbon atom. This is the branch. This is the branch. And this carbon will always be carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, carbon number 4. And here are the two branches, and by chance they are same. So their name will be written together. For example, they both, as in this case, I mean, both are ethyl. One position is 2, second position is also 2. So mention their position individually, 2 comma 2. Whenever you are supposed to write two or three numbers together, then you can bifurcate them, or you will bifurcate them by comma. So you are only allowed to put comma over here for the bifurcation of the number 2 2, then dash, die. They are two n numbers. As we have written two positions, for the confirmation we will write di, eth, while ethyl, 2 2 diethyl. That is all about. There are no branch left. So how many carbon atom are there in the longest chain? 4 carbon atom. You will write but, 2 2 diethyl but, and carbon carbon are single bond in, and finally is nitrile. So you will write nitrile, and this is the complete name of this whole molecule. The last one, as far as your syllabus is concerned, is basically amines, or you can say the primary amines. So basically, I'm going to tell you the primary amines. The basic theme is quite pretty similar. For example, CH3NH2. CH3NH2 or any other one, for example, this is the smallest amine in my opinion, and smallest primary amine, I mean. So select the longest chain. There is only one carbon. So there is no branch. There is no possibility of the branch. And there is NH2 group. So the first main thing is that you can write according to the new IUPAC system. Basically, there are 2 to 3 different ways to write the name of amines. But I'm telling you the same thing, that there's a branch, there is no branch, sorry, there is a longest chain of one carbon. So one carbon name start from meth, and if there is only one carbon, you will write in, and then its name, the name of this functional group is amine. Methane amine, you can write this name as well. But if you are going to write this name over here, like in this way, you will have to remove E because here is a vowel word. So methanamine is the name of this compound. There is an other way out, that is this functional group is acting, or its name is also written like a branch. I'm going to take another example. For example, I'm having CH3 and CH2 and CH2, CH2NH2. It's again amine. Simple carbon with nitrogen bond is called amine. This time, this is the longest chain. This is the functional group basically, but it can also be written as branch. So its name will be, as this is carbon number 1, because it is always lying at the one position. I mean, it's a functional group. This carbon will always be carbon number 1. Numbering will be started from that end that is more closer to the functional group. It's carbon 2, carbon 3, carbon 4. So in this case, I'm going to write the name, and here, this one, that is 1 amino. If you are writing it as a branch, then you will write amine O, not amine. Amino, 1 amino, and rest of the structure, the procedure will remain same. 4 carbons are there, you will write but, all carbon carbon single bond in, and boom, 1 amino butane is also the name of this compound. So as I told you, there are basically different parameters, or different styles, sorry, not the parameters, to write the name of primary amines, especially primary amines, that is the part of your syllabus. So as far as my opinion is concerned, it's more easy if you are going to consider it as a branch and so on. So that's all about your 3 different functional group: ester, nitrile, and imine. Let me write another name, another structure for the sake of practice. Just have a look. The basic structure is this one: CH3, CH, and CH3, NH2 over here. So once again, if as I told you, please take this NH2 group as a branch, treat this functional group as a branch as the halogen is treated. Halogens, I mean chlorine, fluorine, bromine, we write them chloro, bromo, iodo. Similarly, amino, these are treated. These are the functional group, but they are treated like a branch. And numbering will be started from either end, carbon number one, it may be carbon number two, carbon number three, and now it's time to write the name. And it's a branch. So what is the position of branch? It's two dash amino. If I'm going to write amine functional group as a branch, yes, we can. So the name will be 2-amino. How many carbons are there in the longest chain? 3 carbon mean prop. All carbons are single bond. 2-amino propane is the name of this compound. Now, there maybe the next important thing is there may be the presence of multi-functional group. If multi or multi-functional group are present, groups are present, then what to do? What to do? I'm going to give you some dictation. Please note it down. And first of all, here is an example. I will tell you the example later on. First of all, I'm going to tell you the basic, preferences are the priorities turn by turn, step by step. Just have a look. Number one, as far as your syllabus is concerned, you will write carboxylic acid. I mean, C double bond OH group. It will be at one position. It will be preferred. Preference or the order of the preference. Order of the preference. Number two, in ester, in your syllabus, as far as your syllabus is concerned, then it will be get second preference. First preference will goes to the carboxylic acid. Among all functional group, those are the part of your syllabus. Then there is nitrile. C triple bond N. I mean, it's a nitrile will be at number 3 positions. And then there is aldehyde. This one is aldehyde. Then I think ketone, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it's ketone. At 5th preference, the ketone will prefer, it will be, I mean, basically generally preferred if none of this group is present over there. The next is hydroxyl group or hydroxy, basically not hydroxyl. OH group, that is hydroxyl, hydroxy group. That is as 6th number, if I'm not wrong. And then there will be amino group, as I told you, simple carbon and NH2 group. This is at 7th position on 7th preference. And after that, there is basically carbon-carbon double bond will be preferred. The carbon-carbon double bond is present, it will be at number 8. And I think in your uh, class, I mean syllabus, the halogens are at the end. Halogens are the least preferred functional group. I mean, if any carbon is having Cl or Br or iodine or F and so on, it will be preferred at the end. So this is the order. I will let you know later on to memorize these orders or any trick how to remember or how to make an abbreviation for this trick. But the overall uh, preference is this one. Now, for example, if I'm having this one molecule and it's having Cl over here and it is having NH2 over here. So CH2, 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 CH, and here is CH3. Please let me know what will be the name of this one. First of all, we will select the longest chain in which the both carbon should be the part of the longest chain. And yes, here it is. Basically, this is the longest chain. There is branch. No, there is no branch. There's only two functional group left with this molecule. By chance, these two functional group are written before the name of the branch. I mean, we will treat them like a branch. But here is a controversy basically from where to start numbering. NH2 is the functional group, Cl is the functional group, both are the functional group. From where to start numbering? See this preference. As I told you, halogen is least or is lowest, having the lowest preference is least likely to prefer. So as compared to halogen, it comes first, NH2. So obviously, I will start numbering from here. This is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, this is carbon number 3, this is carbon number 4, and this is carbon number 5. I mean, there are two functional group are there. If any compound that is having two or more than two functional group together in a one molecule, then you will have to check this order or select the functional group for numbering through this order. So now we have marked the numbering. It's time to write their name. Its name is amino. Its name is chloro. Its name will be written first with respect to its alphabet of the first name. So 2 dash amino. Again dash because I'm going to write this number 5 for this second branch or functional group. As I told you, 5 chloro, 2 amino, 5 chloro. Then there is no need to put or there must not be any dash, any comma. You will write a continuous name over here. 5 carbons are there. 5 carbon names start from pent. All carbons are single bond. Then you will write in and boom. That's all. So name of this functional group is 2 amino to 5 chloro pent in. That's all about the nomenclature today. Basically, I will take next class and I will let you know how to give the name of cyclic compound. That is a separate mechanism. That is a separate topic. That is a separate. That is having the different theme. But as far as the general main functional groups are concerned in your syllabus, here they are. And today it's all about your actual nomenclature of organic compounds.